S. I think it's time to put them in their place. I'ma have to set them straight. You don't know me, you don't know where I'm from, or what I had to do to get this plate. Hey, let me paint a picture. Everybody dissing, acting like it wasn't cool to listen. Now look at me. I say now look at me. Let me get it started. Yo, the rhyme's been the dumbest since day one. Said I want this then my mama said pray son. I ain't got no hidden motives. I'ma get a bullet, fill it with some photos, then pull that until they wake up. Straight up.
What is going on, y'all? Welcome to the video. Today, I'm feeling kind of fresh. I'm feeling kind of like a businessman right now, you know? Yesterday, we dropped the Beastly app, and we had over 4,000 guys subscribe in the first 24 hours, which is insane. It blew my expectations completely out of the water. So thank you guys for making that such a success. The app is going to continue to improve. We're going to continue to update it. It's going to be the best app in the game. It already is. But I'm also feeling fresh today, like a businessman, because I'm on my way to a very important business meeting, and I forgot to wear my watch, but we're running a little bit late right now. Do you have the package?
You mean these tacos? Why do you have a bag? What are we in this garage for? Why are you wearing a suit, man?
Why are you asking all these questions? Why are you wearing a tank top and shorts that don't even match?
We're filming, man. I just grabbed this off the floor. It doesn't matter.
You know, next time I tell you we're meeting for tacos, prepare yourself like a very formal event.
It's a little hot to be eating tacos in a suit, but I mean, you say so.
Ready? This is how you eat tacos like a boss. A very fine taco. Today I want to talk to y'all about a few mental weaknesses that a lot of guys have, and I've personally dealt with all of these things myself. And these are so dangerous because if you don't fix these weaknesses and overcome these insecurities, they're going to completely cripple your self-confidence, and they're going to completely kill your dating success. Because I promise you, man, every single girl out there, she can sense these things. All right, number one is building a false image. So I gotta tell y'all, up until probably just like 1 or 2 years ago, whenever I had even a little bit of success, I had to let all of my bros know about it. And this was especially true for my dating life. Like, for example, if I was even just texting a girl, I'd be telling my buddies like, oh man, you wouldn't believe who just hit me up. Yo, Susie, man, she doesn't stop texting me. Yo, I just got a text from Caroline too. She's trying to hang out tomorrow, man. And looking back on my life, I'm realizing that the times when I was least successful with girls, or just straight up not successful, those are the times that I cared most about everyone believing that I was actually really successful. It's kind of like this manly badge of honor, right? Like telling your war stories to your bros. And if you're doing this, and be honest with yourself, man, because most guys I know who are not getting consistently laid, they do this. You have to check yourself. Because when you do this, not only are you just feeding your insecurities and going out of your way to try and impress other people, but you're actually killing your motivation to go out there and learn how to be more successful with girls. Now, here's what I mean by this. It's very easy to keep bragging to your bros or everybody you meet about that one girl you're texting or that one girl you hooked up with like 6 months ago. That's easy, right? The hard thing to do, and this took me a long time, is to look in the mirror and to admit to yourself, yo, I actually suck with girls. And then you have to force yourself through that initial awkward period of getting rejected by a bunch of girls and having some awkward days. At the end of the day, that's the only way that you're actually going to become successful with girls. But you're never going to be able to do that until you stop bragging and you kind of rip out that IV of validation that you've been feeding yourself. So here's my challenge for you, and this is something that's been extremely effective in my life. Do not give yourself permission to tell other people about your success with girls or anything else unless they ask you about it. If they ask you about it, great, tell them. But if not, keep that to yourself, and that's gonna help you build true confidence. Ready? Y'all gotta see the coolest part about this suit. Gains, bro. Stay beastly. I keep that close to my heart at all times. And the funny thing is, up until recently, I haven't had a good suit. Like, I'm Mr. Joggers in a hoodie or joggers in a tank top. And that's always made it like kind of embarrassing for me when I go to a cocktail hour. I get invited to a wedding because I know other guys are gonna look better than me. And that's why recently I was like, you know what? I need a fresh suit. And that's also why I decided to partner with Indochino to be the sponsor of today's video. So the cool thing about Indochino is they make made-to-measure suits that fit you perfectly, like your body type, your style, your personality. When I went in there, I was like, look, I want a slim-fitting, modern-looking suit that complements my physique, and I want it to be versatile. And then you get to do hundreds of these little customizations. You get to pick the shoulder type, the pocket style, the lapel style, even like the prints on the inside. And the crazy thing is, these fully custom suits start at just $399. All you have to do is go to an Indochino showroom near you. That's what I did. They do all your measurements, super easy process. Or you can go to Indochino.com and enter your measurements there. And because they're sponsoring the video, we got a secret link, first link in description. That's gonna get you access to some pretty crazy deals, and you're gonna get to see all the different selections they offer. Today's a big day, bro. This is the first leg day that I've showed on this channel. I used to do all full body workouts. Right now I'm on week 5 of the upper lower split in the Beastly app. And the good news is that the first leg day of the week, this is the first of 2 leg days, it's a lot easier than the second one. It's not easy, we still got squats, but that second leg day, man, I despise that. I hide from that all week long. Part of the reason why is like wearing a mask for upper body day is not that big of a deal, but for lower body day, when you're like trying to like really catch your breath in between sets, the mask is no bueno.
Straight up, the illest out the funk. Illustrate my life, they gon' feel it when it thump. I'm about to invest they come. The time it took to get here was expensive and I spent it in the slums. This rapping shit fast and quick. I just spent 150 on some activists. Tell me, why all y'all acting like y'all be living like it ain't no afterlife? I'm tired of the weak shit. Listen here, I end your whole career if you sneak this, peep this. People ain't understand I'm a prodigy. Now they saying you gotta see, but
Gains, bro. It's starting to rain, man. It was a sunny day. Thunder, lightning. No lightning, but Gains, bro. Number 2 is the experience trap. All right, we got Julia here for this one. I think it's gonna be valuable to have a little female perspective.
What up, guys?
I want to tell y'all a little story. This is my first weekend on campus at college. At this point, I had no experience in the bedroom with girls, and me and my new friends, we went to this frat party, and somehow I ended up back in my dorm room with this girl. We were on the bed kissing. It was awesome, but I didn't know like how to escalate things at the time. So after we sat there for 15 minutes, 20 minutes, 25 minutes, she got bored, she got up, left, never talked to me again. And it was scarring for me, right? Like after that, I was so afraid of being alone with a girl because I knew I didn't know how to handle the situation. And I think this is something that happens to a lot of guys. We all have this manly badge of honor. And when we don't have that much experience, we're almost afraid to get the experience because we're afraid we're gonna mess it up. For example, sometimes I'd be texting a girl at night, you know, and there was a chance of meeting up, but then I just keep texting her until realistically it was too late. Or maybe I was out at a party with my buddies talking to a girl. Instead of trying to bring that girl home, I just go home with my buddies because it was a lot more comfortable.
And you have to realize, girls feel the exact same way. When they're not experienced, they're worried they're gonna be embarrassed or they're gonna do something that turns the guy off. But everyone starts somewhere, so it's nothing to be ashamed about.
So how do you navigate past this initial awkward period? Well, like I say all the time, if you don't have the balls to take the L in the short term, then you don't deserve to enjoy the W in the long term. So first of all, you have to accept the first few times, they're not gonna be great, man. The same time you walk into a gym and at first it's kind of awkward, you don't know what to do, or if you try and launch a business, your first product is not really gonna sell, your first few times aren't gonna be that good, and that's all right. You just have to give yourself that permission. But that being said, here's a little trick that someone told me back in the day and it helped me out. If you're alone with a girl and you're kissing and things are escalating towards the bed, ask her this question and do it as confidently as possible. Maybe whisper in her ear and say, I want you to tell me how you like it. because this is gonna give you valuable information. Some girls are gonna get awkward, they're not gonna know how to reply, and then that lets you know that they're also not experienced, and that should take a big weight off of your shoulder. But a lot of girls who do have some experience, they're gonna tell you, well, you know, I like this position or that position, or I like, you know, this intensity or that intensity, and that's gonna give you some direction. Even if you don't really know what you're doing, at least you have an idea what to try.
And it comes off as confident and attractive. So if you do this, the girl's gonna be like, ah, he knows what he's doing.
So we're at this spot called Freebird's Burritos, and I got the monster burrito. This thing, I mean, it's a monster, to be honest. With the cookie too. For real, Julia? It's very rare we go into, put the fork down. It's very rare we go into places to eat, and I was gonna have you like try your first bite on camera for Beast Nation.
Okay guys, you have to realize when you're filming with David, it takes like 30-40 minutes to like set up each shot and like grab all his camera gear, and I'm starving. It's like, what? It's 8:27. Like, I'm hungry.
Everybody saw all your emails. Everyone knows your business now. It's a mouthful. It's a mouthful, but it's a solid 8.78 out of 10. Woo! That was indeed a monster. I'm gonna save the cookie for later. Number 3, you're still locked in the past. So you know how they say the younger you are, the more impressionable you are? Well, that is a fact, because if you think about it, if you've only been alive for 5, 10, 15, 18 years, every event that happens in your life by definition is more significant. And because of that, a lot of us have negative, traumatic experiences that have happened when we were in middle school or high school that years later can have a negative hold over your self-confidence. So for me, you know, I told you that growing up, basketball was life, ball was life. And I identified as an athlete. I was one of the best athletes in my grade. And then I got to high school, and the high school coach didn't really like me. I got benched freshman year, and it had a big impact on my confidence, man, and it messed me up. It's like, because I had always identified as a successful athlete, and then all of a sudden I no longer consider myself successful, I started to feel like a failure across the board. In high school, I didn't even try and go after girls because I didn't feel worthy of them. And you know, throughout my high school basketball career, I had some years where the coach changed and I did better, and other years where the coach changed again and I got benched again. And even after high school, you know, I never really fully bounced back from those ups and downs with my confidence. In college, I was not a super confident person. Even after college, in my early 20s, I was not super confident. And it's not until I recognized the impact of that past trauma that I was able to free myself from it. And that's kind of my challenge to you right now. I want you to look back in your past. You know, think about last year, then the year before that, then the year before that, and ask yourself, is there anything bad that happened to me that messed with my self-esteem that I haven't really thought about? Because when these things happen, you tend to kind of bury them and ignore them because they're uncomfortable to think about. And eventually you might get to a point where you're like, holy shit, you know, when I was benched from my sports team, that messed with me. Or holy shit, when my first girlfriend broke up with me and told me I was worthless, like I've kind of buried that since then. Or that girl who I had a huge crush on, she rejected me. I'm still not recovered from that. Or maybe you were bullied or something, man. But the point is, once you recognize this event, it's not magically gonna fix it all, but bringing it to your conscious attention is going to help a lot. And you're gonna realize it's kind of silly. Why am I still letting this past event have a hold over me? And you can realize that you can actually start to build yourself up from the ground up right now. Like, you can define yourself by your current actions instead of your past failures. You can start to build up your career. You can start to build up your body in the gym. You can start to work on your style, and you can change your confidence, man. But not until you recognize the past and let go of it. Anyway, bros, I'm gonna wrap the video up right here. We actually have to hop on the road for a little late night trip to Houston. Alphalete asked me last minute to come through and help with the photo shoot tomorrow. And also, the builders of our new house told us there's an issue with the blueprint, so we have to see them. Life, man, life never gets old. There's always something you gotta deal with, man. So if you're still watching, I appreciate you. Give the video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and click subscribe and turn notifications on, because I drop 2 new videos every single week. And you don't want to miss them, bro. I will talk to all of y'all in the next video. I'll be coming at you from Houston. Stay beastly.
So now you're doing your thing, staying true to the game. But keep yourself, don't get consumed by the fame. When you make the cut, what you gon' do with the pain? They gon' come to you for the flame, but still try to ruin your name. Don't loosen your aim. Way too much drive just to cruise in the lane.